News, breaking news,
live,
breaking
uncut,
news, breaking
unedited.
news, breaking news, people. Breaking news, come on in. Breaking news. We got breaking news. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. We got breaking news. Come on in, people. Breaking news. You heard it here. Breaking news. Breaking news. We got breaking news. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut. Come on in. We got breaking
You
news,
already
people.
know what it is.
Breaking news.
Live, uncut,
Breaking news.
unedited.
Breaking news. Breaking news. All right, come on in, people. Live. Make sure y'all share the video. This is where we're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Breaking news. Breaking news. Come on in. Mother and son charges drop. Breaking news. Breaking news, people. Live, uncut. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Breaking news. Breaking news. 872-299. We're gonna get ready to call in a minute. So just hold on, people. Breaking news. Breaking news. Come on in. Breaking news, people. Let me make sure I get my phone lines up and ready. All right. Let me get my phone. Let me call in, get my phone lines ready. All right, let's get it on. Breaking news, people. Breaking news. Breaking news. All right, breaking news. All right, come on in. Breaking news, breaking news.
You already know what it is.
Live, uncut, unedited. All right. All right, breaking news. Breaking news. Call in. Let me, I'm trying to get in myself. It won't even let me in. I don't know why. I'm the host, y'all. Y'all gonna let me in? Let me see. All right, hold on, let's see. All right, there we go. I'm in now. All right. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Breaking news, people. Breaking news. Mother and Ting's son. The charges are dropped. So breaking news. Come on in. Come on. I just got the word. Sitting in the lab. All right. Charges are dropped. And I'm going to post it on my page so you guys can see it. I'm going to post it on my page. Make sure you share it. Breaking news. Breaking news. Come on in. Breaking news. All right. I just shared it on my page so you'll see where I'm talking about, where I'm going. Come on in. Breaking news. Come on in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. They said breaking news. We're going to share the article. We're going to put it up on the screen, and we're going to walk through it and see what we see and know what we know. All right. Let me just get this. Let me get this going here. Pull it up. Then we can pull the screen up. And I need you guys to call in now. We need you to call in. This is breaking news. Breaking news right here. Live, uncut, unedited. Breaking news. All right, put it up on the screen. Here it is on the screen, people. And we're going to make it a little bigger. This is it on the screen. All right. All right, breaking news, people. All right. All right. All right. We're going to read it. I'm going to read it. This is what we've been told now. All right. Are you guys there? We're going to follow. You're going to follow me? Okay. Make sure I get it up on the screen. All right. Did I get it on the screen? Share. All right. Got it on the screen. Hold on, people. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to stop that and go revisit that. All right. Hold on. We're going to go back, share the screen, and we're going to talk about it. We talked about it last night, and we're going to talk about it tonight. And here it is on the screen. Now let's go through it. We're going to go line by line. All right. Chicago Cook County prosecutor have dropped murder charges against a woman and her 14-year-old son in the shooting death of a man during a fight in a fast food restaurant in West Pullman earlier this month. Carlicia, I think that's pronouncing a Hood, I'll just say Hood for short, 35, and her son had been charged with first-degree murder in the slaying of a 32-year-old Jeremy Brown on June 18th at the Maxwell Street Express, located in the 1600 block of South Halsted Street. Hood, this is the mother, who was a valid FOID card and concealed and carry license holder at the time of the incident, was also charged with contributing to a delinquency of a minor. All charges were dropped on Monday. CBS obtained cell phone video showing Brown punching Hood 3 times before her son shot him. Prosecutors early had said the shooting was caught on video. According to the prosecutors, Hood was in line getting food while her son waited inside in their car. Shortly after, Brown entered the restaurant. Both were in line when an argument ensued. Hood started texting and pointing to her son while a witness was laughing and encouraging Brown. All right. The son arrived at the doorway as the argument turned into a fight, with Brown punching Hood in the head 3 times, according to prosecutors. Then, when the teen pulled out a firearm and shot the victim in the back, Brown fled the restaurant, but the teen followed him outside and fired more shots as Hood instructed him to continue shooting and to kill him, prosecutors said. He was shot twice in the back and later died from his. It's unclear why prosecutors decided to charge Hood and her son with murder in the shooting, and when their account of the shooting noted Brown had punched Hood before her son shot Brown. And prosecutors acknowledged the shooting was caught on video. Hood had been ordered on a $3 million bond after she was charged last week. Her son was charged as a juvenile and being held without bail. On Monday, the Cook County prosecutor dropped all charges against both Hood and her son, citing a further review of evidence in the case. The prosecutors did not elaborate on the decision in the court. All right. Some community activists have called for the charges to be dropped, saying Hood and her son were acting in self-defense after Brown punched Hood during a fight inside of the restaurant. Neither Hood nor her son had any previous criminal record. All right, y'all heard it for yourself. Y'all heard it for yourself. So y'all heard it for yourself. Y'all heard it yourself. This is live, uncut, unedited. The news has broken. The people that spoken, it didn't go to jury, it didn't go to the court, it didn't go to jury trial. So the prosecutor attorneys, they decide to, I don't know what made them do this, but they said that, hey, they dropped the charges. What can you say? It's the law. Like it, love it or not, it is the law. It's the law. So this is what it is, people. This is what it is. I shared the CBS news article on my page. We talked about it. For those of you that, okay, the call-in number, let me say the call-in number. Let me call in number so you can call in. We can take some calls real quick. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. All right, we got one to call on the live right now. Area code 912. You're live, uncut, unedited. What you have to say about this breaking news, caller? Go ahead, caller.
What's going on, Martin?
How you doing, sir? Sarge, how you doing? So what's you heard the news?
I'm good.
Okay, so what's your take on this?
Okay, what's my take on it?
Yes.
The same take I had last night.
Okay, what was that?
I said, and you can look at the playback. I said, if he fires after his mother was getting assaulted
Mm-hmm.
is justifiable homicide.
Okay. Hold it right there. Let me go to the
I
next
did
caller.
say that.
Hold it right there. Let me go to the next caller real quick. Okay. 3473. What you have to say about the charges, caller?
Hey, Martin, it's me, Rita.
Hey, Rita, how you doing? What you got to
So
say about the charges?
you know, I'm happy because I mean it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation, but it kind of is what it is, you know. And it's sad because we can't go to a restaurant and just simply order some food without these people in these streets acting crazy. So I mean. It kind of is what it is. I mean, that little boy wanted to protect his mama. What little boy not going to protect his mother?
Okay.
Who?
Okay.
You, any man. It's like human nature, Martin.
Okay. All right. Hold it right there. Let me go to the next caller. Hold it right there. 9433, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. What's your thoughts on this breaking news?
Hey, Martin,
Go ahead.
all he did was defended his mother.
Okay.
He did what a man
So
was supposed to
do you agree with the charges being dropped?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, caller. Hold on. Let me go to the next caller. All right, 3699, caller. Go ahead. 3699.
Praise the Most High.
Okay.
I am very happy. I'm
Okay.
very happy with the decision.
Okay.
This young man and this mother was placed in the calamity and trauma, and they didn't know what was going to happen to them. And it's just like being a police officer. You have a split second to make a decision based off if you're going to go home or not. And I'm not glorifying in the fact that a young man has lost his life, but I am grateful that the city made the decision, the prosecutors made the decision to make it a justified situation. Am I glad about this man losing his life? Absolutely not, because he's one of ours. However, at the same time, we can't allow situations to take over because somebody looks like us.
Mhm.
This was a very unfortunate situation. And, you know, I'm just glad that this young child and this responsible, respectable mother gets to go home. And now they need counseling.
Hold it right there.
And we need to
Hold it
wrap
right-
our love
hold-
around them and get them there.
Hold it right there. Thank you. Hold on. 2695. Hey, caller, you're next, live, uncut. Do you agree with this or not? This verdict, this dropping the attorney dropping the charges. 2695.
Hey Martin, this is Monique McGee.
Hey, Monique, how you doing?
I say drop the charges.
Yeah.
But I want people to stop calling this 14-year-old a man. I want people
That's
to
right.
stop calling him a hero. He is a child in need. People need to rally around a child in need of therapy. If people want to do a GoFundMe, it needs to be so he can get some therapy. We should not release someone and think that he's going to transition back into the society and be normal. He killed someone, whether it was self-defense, whatever it is. That's going to weigh heavily on his mental psyche. Should be our focus right there.
Okay. Do you agree with the verdict or not? That's what I want to know. Yes or no? Or are you still on the fence? Or what's that?
You say, am I on the fence?
Yeah. Or do you agree with the verdict of them? But I wouldn't say the verdict of them dropping the charges.
Because I don't know all of the details of why they dropped the charges.
Because they didn't say. They
but
didn't even
am I
say.
glad that he's not going to?
Okay.
They didn't say.
Right.
So there's still a piece of the puzzle that's missing for us. But I'm glad he's not going to go to prison forever.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. You can hold on. Hey, 9914. You're live, uncut, unedited. Come on, caller. 9914.
Hey, what's going on, Martin? Appreciate it again, brother, as always.
Yes, sir. Man, you gotta come. You gotta come with a new attitude on here, brother, because I ain't taking no stuff. I'm just telling you.
Ain't no
I'm just telling you,
attitude,
brother, man.
I'm happy with the outcome.
Okay.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
just
lie, bro.
no. You know what I'm talking about. So you know what
I
I'm
know
talking
what you're
about.
talking about.
Okay.
I know
See, I done gave you two
Martin.
breaks now. 3 strikes, you out, brother. It
Oh,
might
yeah.
not be a third. Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So
okay,
what you all right, are you happy? Are you happy
I'm
with the
most
verdict?
definitely I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy, Mark.
Okay.
Because I've been in that little boy situation before.
Okay.
I've been a victim before, and like I said, I had to fight a gun charge before. But like the lady just spoke, that little boy, he's gonna be traumatized, and that's what we need to be worried about as a community. And that's why I kind of that's why I was kind of a little angry last time. It wasn't so much as us arguing. It was like we really got to stand behind this young boy and this lady. And we need to let them know, like today. Well, we need to let them know that we got their back. We need to let them know we understand what they went through. We need to let them know that they can be normal again. That's traumatic. And it needs to be a standard for the young men that we see at the gas stations, at the stores, like the street life and the way y'all address people. Just because y'all hang out there, that's not what's up. Y'all just can't talk to these women like this. More that's why a lot of killing going on. Because when you got guys out here like this with these attitudes, just imagine if he was in the shoe store, if he was on a train, if he was just walking down the street. That will happen, because you can't hit nobody's mother, nobody's sister.
Hold it right there, brother. Hold it right there.
You can't do that, Mark.
Thank you so much.
All.
Hold it right there. I got to go to the next caller. 94
Go ahead, no problem.
33. No, 94 93. I'm sorry. You're next, live, uncut, unedited caller. Breaking news. What's your take on this? Do you believe that charges should have been dropped? Come on, caller. 94.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, tell us why. What do you think?
You know what? I have 2 sons. They're 25 and 27. We did the same exact thing. I do feel sorry for his family because they got to bury him. Losing her son, father. I am to say that.
Okay.
People, now I'm not even going to say half. Many people walking around here with mental illness and popping these pills. It's like the walking dead out there. And I've always said back in the 80s and 90s, who the crackheads were, the new crackheads were Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Jordan. They have to. And this is why it's so important to learn how to vote. When we put old Chubby Bud back in office, he didn't look all what he stood for. He wanted the mental health department closed.
Okay.
They want those properties.
Right. Hold it right there, ma'am.
I'm glad her and her son got off because if you go on that woman's page, and damn, man.
Okay. Hold it right there, ma'am. We're going to go to the messages and let's see what the messages have to say. Oh, I just got another caller. Hold on. I'm going to take this other caller. I want to see what the people are saying in the messages as well. All right. Give them time to hear the prompts. This caller just called in. So I'm going to come back to everybody. So just sit patiently. I want to get many callers I can as possible. All right. I believe this 8444. 8444. How you doing, sir? Sir? Hello?
Hello?
Sir? Yeah, ma'am. I'm sorry. I thought it was sir. Okay. How you doing? 8444?
I'm doing well.
Okay. Do you agree with the state's attorneys dropping the charges or not?
I definitely agree with the charges being dropped. However, I would like to address, first of all, the situation should have never occurred. The men that was in the restaurant should have intervened. And as I shared on my post, Black men, it is time for them to do better. It never should have escalated to the point where the son had to come in and defend his mom. It was too many men in there that should have eliminated the situation before it happened. So yes, I definitely agree with the decision.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right. We're going to hold on, ma'am. We're going to forgive me for calling you sir, because I thought it's okay. Let's go to the messages, and I want to pull up some of the messages. All right. Somebody put up here. They said, Jess said, Martin G. Johnson, murder is murder. They need to understand the law. He's the abuser. did not have a weapon. That's what somebody said. I'm just going by what they said in the messages. This is not my, okay, let's find out. Somebody said, F dude, we don't want to do that. They dropped the charger. I am, he should have kept his hands. Okay, let's go with Keisha Brown. Keisha Brown said that he should have kept his hands off her. Good, okay. All right, now, we got another person that said, Chris B. Porter said, so we are saying it's okay for people to get shot. Okay, this is not me talking, people. I'm reading the comments. So don't jump on me. Nikki Sanders said, I agree. All right. Michael Bonnie said, good. All right. Love Sabrina said, she said, good. They get to go home. Yes, I agree. Okay, I'm just reading some of the things. Can't read all of them. Somebody said, I am so happy charges was dropped. They never should have been arrested. All right, I put it up there. All right, Marcia Dunn said, I totally, okay. Here's another one that disagree. Ruffin Christopher said no. I'm assuming he disagreed. All right. Chocolate Deluxe said, I'm glad the child life isn't ruined over this incident. Okay. Roro Kale said, he's definitely a hero. Okay. Tiffany Johnson said, yes. Okay. Devin Robinson said, no, I want to say okay. So Dawson said agreed. All right, let's go back to the phone calls real quick. I'm trying to do, I think I did 2695. 2695. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Go ahead.
Hey, Martin, this is Monique. I gave my opinion of it, but I just want to repeat, we still need to stop celebrating this like it's a celebratory moment, because you had a child that's going to be traumatized for a lifetime if we don't intervene and get him some help. Because he...
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead, sister.
To remember, people think about the welfare of white kids when white kids shot up a church and then it
please,
so
hold
what
on.
are we going to do with our kids?
Hold it, people. Hold it. Listen. Y'all know I don't always agree with you guys. You guys don't always agree. Let us respect one another's opinion. Please do that. Please. Please. All the hand gestures and noise making, please don't do that. Please. Please. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, my dear sister. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And Martin, I appreciate that. In all due respect, I would not jump in, and if somebody else differed from an opinion, because I'm an adult and I don't do that. But let's keep the focus where it's at, and it's on this kid who needs some help. And if anybody disagree, and if anybody out there celebrating this kid, stop celebrating that he had to pull a trigger, because there's a lot of 14-year-olds pulling trigger and they're not heroes. So let's stop celebrating moments that's not worth celebrating. And my condolences also go out to the family who's also in pain as well.
Thank you so much, caller. 9914. Come on, caller. Live, uncut, unedited. 9914. Last four digits.
Yeah, what's going on, Mark?
How you doing?
Also, I like to say, the lady, she's absolutely right. But we as Chicagoans, we need to take this opportunity and this chance to really realize what just happened and how we accuse those people of the mama boy to come in, protecting her son to come in and kill that man. But that's not what happened.
Okay.
On top of that, the actions that the black men are taking in these communities and the way they are acting, he was so belligerent. People kept saying, oh, why didn't the other men help him? You got to think about it. This is Chicago. The way that man was acting towards the lady, to be honest, the first guy that probably would have said something, and this man was thinking, he probably going to blow my brains out.
Okay, hold it right there, sir. I agree with you 100% on that. Callers, please put your phone on mute until I call on you, because y'all know it is. I can hear real well on this end. I know some of you guys can't hear, but let's go to the next caller real quick. I called callers twice, but I'll come back up. 2990. Hey, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. It's breaking news.
Oh, I was here last night, and we had. My name is Vance again. I was here last night, and we had a great good conversation.
Yes.
And I was trying to explain that people were making a lot of opinions about things that they just didn't know about. Right. My biggest issue is that being a person who advocates in the Black community, we have to start standing behind what is right. Right. That law was created by white people, and most of the law was created and that did not recognize black people. What I am saying is, in that situation, in our hood, in our community, in our reality, those laws are not as applicable. And we have to stand behind situations like this and use our common sense.
Sir,
if somebody was attacking your mother,
hold on one second. Let me just tell people, please put your phone on mute. Please, should nobody be talking but this gentleman. That's it. Please respect him like he respected you guys. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, we need to again. Nobody wants to deal with the violence, the drug dealing, the gang banging in the neighborhood. Back when I was growing up, the older people would come to the guys on the corner and say, "Hey, you can't do that over here," right? But everybody wants to worry about them and theirs instead of us and ours. And then when we get into a situation like this, they're like, you can't just shoot people. So we're just supposed to be bullied out of our spaces. We can't go into restaurants and feel free to order food. We can't do these things. No, at some point, enough is enough. And if you're not going to hold your nephews, your sons accountable, if you're not going to hold your neighbors accountable, then don't hold this black mother and this young man accountable when they do what they need to do to protect their freedom.
Okay. So, sir, you're telling me by what you just said, you agree with what the prosecutor said, drop the charges, right?
Like I said yesterday, I absolutely agree.
Okay. Just want to make clear.
If a person is killed, and if I am defending myself and the person I'm defending myself against who are reasonably attacking me, if that person is killed in my process of defending myself, by law, that's justifiable as evidence by the dropping of the charge.
Okay. Hold it right there. Thank you so much. You can hold around. 4857, live, uncut, unedited. What's your thoughts about this? Do you agree with the prosecutors dropping the charges?
Peace, Brother Martin. How you doing?
How you doing, my dear sister?
I'm good. I had to call in on this one. And I totally agree because, it's people on here saying they don't agree. But if the thing had went the opposite way and that young man had sat there and let his mother be abused and she was the one that got killed, they would have said, why you didn't do something to help your mother? You see? So that child did what is in his nature to do, and that's to protect his mother. If my children were standing by and allowed me to get assaulted or abused or anything, I would look at them 2 times. But I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth, my children would not. If someone put their hands on me, you best believe my children taking them down. And that's all I got to say, Brother Martin. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love. All right. I believe this is Reb the Barber, 6112. Go ahead, Reb the Barber. Do you agree with the prosecutors dropping the charges or not? Tell us what your take. Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I passed by and seen the camera standing out there. Didn't know what was going on. Got here and heard the breaking news. And I definitely agree. I was pretty sure that anybody that heard me last night knew that I agree. And like I said, it was unfortunately that they was charged. And it's a process you got to go through, but had they not been charged, they would have never stood up there and came and dropped the charge. Thanks once again to Kim Foxx for her outstanding work that she do with the integrity of her position in office. Another thing, I keep on hearing people come on here and say that, we got to look out for this child. First of all, like they really going to go and knock on their door and say, how can I help this young man? But this boy is not traumatized, all right? He was traumatized when he was in that jail. It was trauma when he seen his mother getting beat on, but he's not traumatized. He don't need no help. He stood in what he was supposed to stand in and do. It's a natural human in him to protect his mother. Now, there's a lot of traumatized kids. We need to know what psychology is. But that boy ain't traumatized. And what he did was right. And what Kim Foxx and the state attorney did was right. You can't sit up there and blame them for that man sitting up there and sending his own fate appending to some stuff like that.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
The law going to work for how the law want to work, but it also does what it was to do on letting you go, and they have the authority to hold you. And it just worked for us this time. That's all.
All right.
They didn't, but it worked for us this time.
Okay, Doc, hold it. Let me go to the next one. 2742, caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Do you agree with the prosecutor?
I agree.
Okay, tell me why you agree.
I agree because kids need their mom. He needs his mom. His mom needs him. I think they both need counseling. I also believe a young man will be traumatized because when you take somebody's life, there's no coming back from that. So when that guy just said he won't be traumatized, yes, he will. He's still a baby. Even though he did the adult act, he's still a child. So he does need counseling. I also believe that, a lot of women were saying that, the men didn't protect him and all that. But unfortunately, a lot of women go get mad. But sometimes black women act more of a man than the men do. So at the same time, it got to be a sense of submission. But a lot of times, a lot of black women act like men. So it's like how a man can protect some black women when they act worse than them. They come against them a lot. That's just my opinion.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. All right. 7673.
Hey, Brother Mark.
Hey, how you doing? Live, uncut, unedited. What's your thoughts?
All right. This is Sister Levita. And I believe that they did the right thing.
Okay.
Those people deserve the justice that they got. He only defended his mother because that man put his mother in a situation where he had to be a man. He had to do something that he probably didn't even want to do. But guess what? Whether or not he needs counseling or not, let him say that. He had to do a manly thing and defend his mother. I would do it for my mother at any given time. So I agree with them.
Okay.
Let them people go. Let them live their life. That man got a reaction off his action.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I want to say something real quick, and I'm asking a question for the whole entire panel. Maybe you guys can help me out a little bit. I want to ask you guys now. In the article, it didn't say the reason why they dropped it. It didn't say. It didn't say why the prosecutor had a change of heart, but it did say that the activist was putting pressure on the state's attorney. It did say that. So my question is to you guys now, what can we learn from this? What can the mother learn from this? And what can the 14-year-old learn from this? What can our young people learn from a situation like this? Should they, I'm speaking to the teenagers now. If a teenager see his mom getting whooped, brutally beat from a boyfriend, similar scenario, do you think that he should go or she should go and help her mom with a weapon and do what happened today? Is it sending out a different message? What is it? Somebody help me out. What I'm trying to say is,
well, I don't think.
Okay, you go ahead. Go ahead, 29. Go ahead, 29. Talk to me. Go ahead. I know your voice. Go ahead. 2990.
Go ahead. I don't think that we're trying to legislate that kids should take it upon themselves to when to determine to use physical force. I think that the most important thing that should be recognized is in this instance yesterday, which is causing this conversation, that it was a situation that was in action. It was real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go. It wasn't premeditated. He didn't go and say, "Let me get something to bust my head." He reacted to a situation happening in real time.
Okay.
I think that if we can
hold it right there. What I'm trying to get from you, 2990. I'm gonna let you talk. What I'm trying to get from, what can we learn from this, and what message are we sending the rest of the teens if they get put in this situation too as well? That's what I'm asking. Maybe you can help me out a little bit. Go ahead, 2990.
Okay, so what we can learn from it is that if there's a situation, and this is what we should be okay with this with our team. If there's a situation where you or your family is being attacked, and you have to do what is necessary to protect you or your family, that is okay. That is not something that we should be charged for. That is not something that we should be in jail for, because we have a constitutional right to life and liberty, right? If I'm protecting myself against senseless violence, we should not have to go on the compound trauma or compound concepts by going through the jail system, going through the court system. Those things should be recognized. When you see the video, it shouldn't even reach charges.
Okay.
I like to go next, Mark.
Okay,
whenever
go
I
ahead.
can.
Go ahead. Go ahead. 9914. Go ahead.
Something we should learn from this situation is how to communicate with each other, no matter the situation. You know, like you were saying, the other time with me, and when I was disconnected, Mark, when I was
Right.
talking over the other lady, and you disconnected me. We have to learn how to talk to each other, to one another, no matter the situation. I don't care if we're in a relationship. I don't care if it's me and my brother, and we argue and we fight. I don't care if I'm in the store with another man. We got to know how to talk to one another and de-escalate situations. It's hard. Don't get me wrong, because everybody in the back of everybody's mind, everybody feel like I'm not or you not going to make me feel like, like you said, Mark, in the feelings. We have to learn how to talk. Like, hold on. Everybody was supposed to spoke up at the time. Like, hold on, brother, you wrong right now. This is the lady. She was at the front of the line. We need to speak to that man, the older man who was there, and see how he feels. He was right there.
Okay.
He think the whole situation happened. That's somebody we need to talk to about the situation.
Okay.
But we need to come together, because at the same time, I want to say this, Martin. And it's something I don't think nobody thought about. But now him and his mother is free. Has anybody talked to has anybody, or do anybody know who the deceased family is? Because they stay in that community together. Now, who's to say he don't have a 14, 15, 16 to 17-year-old nephew, son, or whatever, and that man just got killed. That's what I'm saying. This something we need to learn from. We need to work together right now. We need to reach out to
Tell the
lady,
truth
that man's family,
and
see
shame
who
the
his family
devil.
is. We need to work together. We need to make sure that these little kids ain't. Cause we talk about the little kids, they killing each other, they murdering each other. This would be a reason right here. That little boy, he just graduated 8th grade. He on his way to high school, if I'm not mistaken. Who's to say he's not going to show up in the same high school with the man who passed away with his relatives?
That's a good point,
we
brother.
really have to be on top of this. This is something we need to learn from. Like, let's get on top of these situations. Let's show the work. We see how the news did. The mama sent the call and whatever. The news lied on. You see what I'm saying?
Good point.
We got to show them how we operate at our community. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Hold it
Let's
right
reach
there,
out to
brother.
these families.
Hold it right there. Good point. Go ahead,
Go ahead, no
Sarge.
problem.
Sarge, 8217. Come on, Sarge. That was a good point. Go, Sarge.
Oh, no. Well, I'm 912, 82. Say 8217. That might
Sarge,
be a new person.
That's your name, ain't it, Sarge? Go ahead.
Oh, you mean me? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all I have to say is
No, okay. Well, this is a question. Hold on. What I'm asking is, what can we learn as a community? And what lessons have been sent out? If our young people, talking about teenagers, is watching this whole story, which I believe they are, what do you think their take is going to be on this? Go ahead, Sarge.
now with the young people, I don't know what their take is going to be about it, but I know as black people, Kyle Rittenhouse did the same thing. Stop complaining about his case, because you all just seen the same situation in real time. Someone defending their mother just like he was defending himself because he was being attacked. And that's how the law works.
Okay. All right. I got a new caller. Hold on, people. I'm going to get to you guys.
Yeah, Mike, I want to say something when you can.
Okay, I'll let you go next. Let me just take this new caller real quick, because I don't want to leave nobody on hold too long. 1652. Caller, you're live, uncut, unedited. Go ahead.
Brother Martin, on yesterday, I supported the decision of the state's attorney office to charge them, and I support the new decision of dropping the charges.
Okay.
It was apparent that they did not have in their possession the viral video to make a holistic or a wholesome or fulsome decision. And I think the office made the correct decision in totality of the evidence. Most of your guests, they put out misinformation about what the law is. They're giving their own opinion, because I haven't heard anyone substantiate what the letter of the law is. But that office came to a decision once that viral video got out there, and they determined that they couldn't meet their burden to prove their charges. So instead of taking the mother and the young man through the entire ordeal to face a jury, they decided it wasn't worth it. So we support that decision. I think they made the right decision. But again, people, don't take the law into your own hands, because they handle each case on an individual basis. If you're getting attacked or harmed by someone, if you can call the police, call it. Because this may not be the same case in the next situation where somebody summons a child to defend them or somebody is killed. Do not take the law in your own hands. Don't chance it. Don't play with it. Because a lot of us in our communities have felony convictions. And if this mother had a felony conviction or this young child had a felony conviction, maybe the charges weren't dropped. So let us take all lessons from this, because we can get lessons from all angles. Let us learn and heal from this as a community. Yes, that child is going to need some counseling. Yes, that mother is going to need some counseling. But our entire community needs it. We see violence all too often. It's in our face. The young man had aggression. The deceased had aggression toward the woman. The child comes out with a gun. There's no winners in this situation. One black family has to bury a black young man, and now the trauma of the young man and his mother has to go through. And we're hoping he doesn't grow up thinking that, hey, if somebody attacks somebody, I got a right to pull a gun. It may not apply in every situation. So I'm going to conclude by this, and thank you for your show and your platform, Martin, because you definitely helped us out. I agree with the charging decision, but I also agree with dropping the charges because they could not meet their burden. Thank you very much, Brother Martin.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Rita. I think that was you. 3473. I think that was you, Rita.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, it is.
Go ahead.
So, look, what I've learned out of this whole situation, though, I'm going to be honest with you, and
Please.
a lot of people is not really touching on it, and it's something that maybe you may want to do another platform for.
Uh-huh.
The black woman is the most unprotected woman in America.
True.
There's no, I said this when the lady got stabbed on the train. Nobody helped her, but everybody was able to videotape. Same thing with this situation. Maybe the son wouldn't have had to kill this man if black men stand up. Listen, my grandfather, it's casualties in all wars. Understand this. You can't continue to stand by and see a black woman getting abused and beat and do not literally turn your back. That's a big problem for me as a black woman. And if you gonna get on here and tell me that 3 grown men was standing right there and ran out, but then my son is wrong for protecting his mother, I don't even want to be in America no more. This is where the outrage for me is. You got black men standing there and ran out, turned their back on that woman. It's unfortunate. So, like I said, that's what I'm learning. I'm learning I got to shoot. Yeah, everybody tell me I put the gun down. How do I put a gun down if I got to think about going to get me a Polish and a nigga might start punching me in my face? Why would I put my gun down? I'm not feeling that.
Okay. Hold it right there, my dear sister. 2695. Go ahead, caller. Hold it. 2695. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Martin, I don't want us, here's the takeaway for me. One day we talk about these 14-year-olds or these teens that's violent with guns. The next day, we're given the wrong impression that violence is okay, and it's not okay. Do I believe he should have protected his mom? Absolutely. 100%. So I agree with everybody else on that. But our 14-year-olds shouldn't have guns. They shouldn't have access to guns. Why do they have access to guns? Violence is not the solution. It is not the solution. No one knows how to fight anymore without violence, without picking up a weapon, a deadly weapon. So our takeaway is to make sure that we're okay. Our takeaway is to make sure that we can go to the restaurant, get food, and come out. Our takeaway is not to get that false impression that I'm going to shoot somebody because I'm protecting somebody today, and tomorrow I'm not going to rot in prison. It's not going to be your story. And we should not put it out like that. If these teenagers are listening to us today, don't listen to these grown folks who are celebrating, who are calling this guy a hero, and whoever these adults saying this guy who don't need help, wrong. Because our community needs help. We talk about mental health every single day, but we want to not talk about it today. Oh, we need some help for ourselves.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Martin, what we need to say is
Sarge,
follow the laws of the land.
Sarge, I got about 10 people on here. I'll try to come back to you. I will come back to you. Let me snatch somebody else real quick. $36.99. Go ahead, $36.99. What can we learn from this? What should we learn from this? Let's see, $36.99. Okay. Okay, Sarge. Well, go ahead, Sarge.
What we can learn from this is follow the law. Okay. But number one, what we need to do is do not put your hands on somebody because you don't know how that could end your day. Okay? You know, if you got an issue, you know, like Richard Pryor had a comedy routine. He said, why lay in the hospital with a broken jaw when you could have ran? A bruised ego heals a whole lot quicker than a broke jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that. Now, I'm one that I avoid. I walk away. I don't look for it. You know, and I will avoid it at all possible costs.
Okay.
Bottom line up front.
Okay. All right.
Some things are unavoidable because I got two justifiable homicides in Georgia.
Okay.
That happened the same doggone day.
Okay, brother.
And Martin.
Okay. Sarge, hold it right there now. I got to let somebody else come in because I'm Bill. I got another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I got to get off. Okay. Who is that?
Let me say something, Martin.
Who is that calling me?
Martin.
Okay, $29.90. Hold on. Let me let Reb go because he did. Then I'll come back to you. $29.90. Okay, go, Reb. 6112. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say what I take from this, and what I think that we really need to be directing this conversation to is black men. We first of all can't abuse women. All right, and second of all, when we look at this law, nobody really can sit up there and define law unless you want to run back to 10 Commandments, because that's what it is that keeps us at peace with all men. You know what I'm saying? Who are we as men, as women, as the prosecutors, or anybody to sit up there and say what the law make out to be that's correct? In a situation like this, we prove that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that what we ought to learn about this is if the black men, myself, stand up, and when we see situations, when we see women in distress, when we see kids in distress, when we see our communities in distress, stand up and say something about it, because we ain't. And it's always happening all around us. Now, when this happened, and no man stood up and said, well, that young man stood up there and did the right thing, because we can't sit up there and not be cowards and stand up and stand up for our women ourselves. It's women on this line right now saying if the black man stand up, that would have been avoided. And that's so true. So that's what we learn. Keep your hand off of women. Stop being bullies to people. As black men, if you're really black men, because at the same time, you got men out here that's going to send themselves to their own fate. And that's it.
Okay, go ahead, $29.90. Your turn. Go ahead.
I just want to say that it's driving me crazy to hear that people continue to say this young. They say it in a place of ignorance because they don't know the facts, right? This young man was somebody who was an honor roll student. He was someone that had a bright future. He's an actor. He is these things, right? And we don't want to continue to compound the trauma that trying to correlate him with the same thing that young men that are sitting on the corner with guns and selling drugs are doing. That is not this case, right? This case is that was a registered gun. It wasn't a gun that somebody bought out of the Arab store or anything like the Ashland.
Brother, $29.90. $29.90. I agree with you, but this is what I want you to get out there. I agree with everything you just said. We have to tell the young folks, like the lawyer guy got on here and said, every case is different. So young people, you just can't go out there defending your mom, which you should. That's your God-given right. You should do that. I would never tell you not to defend your mom. But every case may not work out like the way this one work out. Go ahead, 2990. That's what I wanted to say real quick. Go ahead.
And when you say that, I want to, because Black people are so used to not being part of the legislative process. We have to understand that we are the people who elect the people that legislate. We are the people that hold our elected officials accountable to say this law doesn't work for our community. And if we don't have a healthy civic, if our civic responsibility is not healthy, then we're failing our community. Instead of trying to make it seem like and constantly saying the law, we need to go and say, hey, in our community, we need to be able to assess how this law affects our community. We have this thing backwards. As a Black people who are oppressed in this country already, we need to understand how the process works and be more involved with it. That's how we change the scenario, the violence, the trauma in our community, by being more involved in all the processes. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else want to say something? Because I got 10 minutes to get off here. And said, okay.
I'd like to say something, Mark.
Okay, go ahead real quick. Go ahead.
Yes, it goes, I want to piggyback off the psychological standpoint. You know, as from that standpoint, we have to understand like the things that people go through and been going through, you know, from guns. You know, when I think about a gun, I just don't think about somebody just getting shot or somebody shoot somebody. But a lot of people do time for guns. That's Black men that spend the time away from their children, which is something I've been going through all my life. Like I was telling you the other night, you know, as a juvenile, I got caught with a gun. I've been to the Audi home, you know, this 15 years old. You know, I went to the Audi home for a month for a gun. I was shocked. You know, like I said, I'm going through physical conditions because of that. I lost my job because I caught a gun case. All this happened within 3 or 4 years span. Me being shot, me losing my job, my car, my townhouse, you know, me going to a mental hospital, you know, me not being able to fill out to be able to get a FOIA card, me catching a gun case, you know, not being able to do Uber and Lyft, things like that. Me going to the mental hospital, like, yes, these guns, you got to look at, like, you know, the effect that they cause. Like, we could say the Black man, somebody doing this, but when you pick up that gun, like my son been shot, I didn't even mention it. You know, this is all within 3 or 4 years. You know, I lost out, you know, from a gun. You know, so it's like we got to look at like the guns. Like we got to when we see like a gun problem. Like when I think about a gun problem, I just don't think about nobody getting shot. You know, like I look at me as a Black man, 36 years old. You know, I've been caught with a gun. That was 20 years ago as a kid, and how it still affects me right now today. My son, he's 21 years old. He's been shot.
Okay, hold it right there, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, hold it right there.
Go ahead.
36.99. You still on? Coming back to you, 36.99. 3699. Okay. I think that's it. Rita, did you want to say anything else? 3473? Because I'm out of here.
No, Martin, y'all said enough.
Okay.
I'm glad that you had this platform today, though.
Okay. Thank you. Well, no problem. No problem, people. I want to thank you guys for anything, but what I do want to say is, this is me talking. I want to give my condolences to the mother of the person the man was shot and killed, you know, and I'm sorry that there's no winners in this situation. No winners, people, at all. Nobody win in this situation. Trust me, nobody wins. There's a dead person. There's a person that was assaulted. There was a young man that shot a gun, had to defend his mother. It's just no win for nobody. Trust me. And I'm hoping that as a community, because a lot of us was down the middle on this situation. So hopefully we can heal and move on. And every case will not always end like this in self-defense. I'm just saying it. You know, this is a special case. She didn't have a record. The young man didn't have a record. He was an honor student, and she was a business owner, a security guard. And I don't know what this other guy record was. I don't know. But my cousin called me this morning. I want to share a little testimony. And she said that, Martin, what we witnessed was a transfer of power. And she described it like this, and I don't know if she's on here now listening. She's my oldest cousin on my mom's side. And she said, Martin, the anger jumped from the man that's punching the woman. It went from the man, he was angry, punched. Then she got angry. Then a son came and got angry, and he finished it off. It was a transfer of power. Nobody win. The devil had his way that day. The devil had his way. He had his way, the devil. Spiritually speaking, those of you that are spiritual, those of you that can hear what I'm saying, please hear me. Those of you probably don't understand because you're not in the spiritual realm to understand what I'm trying to put out there. But it's no winners. And just like the young man said
Can
earlier.
I say something after this?
Yes, when I get done talking. Yes, I called on you, sister. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I did call. I don't know what happened to you. 36.99, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll let you talk.
Yeah.
So my point is, this young man that got killed, whether you agree with him not getting killed or shot or not, and I always tell people, be careful what you say, people. You can take the worstest criminal in the world and say something bad about him. It's somebody out here that loves him or her. Okay? So let's be real careful of what we say about these people. Good, he had it coming to him. He should have never did this. He should have never. We got to be careful because it's a small world, people. It's a small world. Trust me, it's a small world. And Flip Wilson said, loose lips sank ships. So it's a small world. And somebody knows somebody, and somebody knows his people might be on this live right now listening to everything we say and taking notes up under these different people profiles. Okay? I'm just giving you a warning. Be careful what y'all say and what you say. Because I don't want one thing about I don't do on this platform, good or bad, I do not demonize the dead. Okay? Now, if you know me in privacy, I might say something where I give you my real thoughts. But on this platform, in this public platform, I am not going to demonize the dead, good or bad, right or wrong. That's just me. And I just want to get that warning to you guys because I don't want this happen and it keep going on and on. Oh, that's the person that says something about my uncle that got killed in the store. Now I'm going to do something to them. You know, I don't want this to go. I want it to end right here. Okay? Go ahead, 36.99. Go ahead. Just want to say that.
Well, I want to speak on the situation with the transfer of power. Jarita, are you still on here?
Yeah, she's still on it. Go ahead.
She must have hung up.
No, she's still on it. Go ahead.
Okay, now, Jarita and I was at a 50-yard line, and we actually watched the transfer of power last summer, and I brought it to her attention, and I told her, I said, look at this. It went from a young lady looking crazy at me, and I brought it to Jarita's attention, and it transferred from this woman, and it jumped on to two men, and they actually started fighting in there. I sat back, and we watched it happen. So the transfer of power is real. And the demons was in there, and they was trying to get the devil was trying to get whoever it could get, and it tried to get me, but I wasn't going. And then it jumped on to the two men that have been around each other for years, stepping in the same place, and they got to fighting. So it's real. That demonic spirit, it is real. I watched it happen not only last summer, but on several other occasions. So people can think that it's not real. It's real. And that's all I'm trying to say. Okay. That's it. It's real.
I'm trying to close. I got another caller real quick. Come on, caller. 3900. Go ahead, caller. Make sure you don't have me on loud mic. Okay, go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's going on? It's Stringer.
Hey, what's up, Stringer? Go ahead, my bro.
Nothing much. How you doing? I think that the charges are the charges, right?
Right.
And lawful people have to understand is that just because the charges are dropped, don't mean that they can't be brought back up. All right?
Okay, hold on. Brother, you breaking up. You make sure you don't have me on speakerphone and no devices playing. Turn your Facebook down so you can hear me.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Start all over again.
First of all, the charges was dropped.
Okay.
But because the charges are dropped does not mean that the gentleman or the mother will not get charged again. It just means they don't have a sufficient amount of evidence to charge them. That means that the police now goes out and find more reasons or more evidence to prove what they need to prove. So I want the public, I want the people to understand. Don't cheer yet, because the charges are just dropped. Okay? And that does not mean that a week, 2 weeks, a month later that those charges can't be picked back up and he can be charged for something else. So you got to be careful with, you know, how things look and the perception of things and what they really are. So, yeah, this is good to pacify the city, to pacify the community and say, okay, cool. At the end of the day, like somebody else said earlier, what message are you now sending to the youth and to anybody that say, hey, just because you punched me, I have the right to shoot you? You know, before I was able to see the whole video, I thought the gentleman shot the young lady just inside the place. I didn't know that he walked outside and began to, you know, shoot outside as well. So it's a lot of things, and the totality of the situation is that you have to sit back and wait. Don't cheer yet.
Okay. Well,
Mark,
you
can
know,
I please say something?
no,
It's
hold
only
it,
gonna take me a couple seconds.
hold it, people, hold it. I'm trying to get this 1 hour. Let me just say this, people. There's no statute of limitations on rape in this city, in this state, and no statute of limitations on murder. Just letting you guys know. The brother, he did say that. He spoke well, and that's the same thing right now. You know, it is what it is. And like the other attorney guy said that right now he supported the decision of the prosecutors. They won't be able to prove. They don't have all the proof. They feel they can win. So this is a very touchy situation, and I'm just trying to get the truth out. This is what we do. We tell the truth and shame the devil. And again, my message to everybody, please, whatever y'all do, keep your personal opinion about yourself to the dead. Don't do that. That's not good. His mother have feelings. We all have feelings. I understand the situation is very touchy, but please, people, please be careful what you say about the dead. All right, because he do have people that love him. He probably have family and friends and moms and stuff like that, and probably even have children. You know, so somebody's going to be affected. Like I said, it's a no-win situation for nobody. And I hate it's going to be hurt on both sides. That's what it is. It's a tense moment. So thank you. I'm going to leave it right there, everybody. Appreciate you. Maybe we can pick it up tonight. We'll see how the vibe work in the air. If so, we probably can pick it up tonight. But I've been on here an hour today. You guys can share the video. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for those that called in, those that in the messenger. But just remember what I said. I am not responsible if something happened to you on here making these comments about the dead. All right. Thank you so much. Peace out. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
Call in number
Live,
872-299-0808.
This
or
tell the truth
872
and shame the devil.
763. All right, I hit two buttons at the same time. And I love being black.
I love being